Greetings and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. Finally, my HD PVR replacement finally arrived, and it is also a newer version, so I had to buy a couple cables here and there, but we're finally back with actual videos. So anyway, the 7 Universes God Destruction Dokkan event is here, and it is probably one of the most interesting ones because it has a very specific mechanic that you may or may not be able to use to your advantage depending on the characters you have available. So let's take a quick look before we go into the teams. So, as you can see right there, this one is for Beerus, and every Beerus except the one from the World Tournament has a Dokkan a Dokkan mode now, or evolution. However, this is the important part right here. As you can see, only gods are able to deal proper damage to him, and by this I mean that anybody that isn't any of the characters on that list is only going to do 1/3 of their usual damage. How do I know this? Because a level 10 super attack Gogeta only did 80,000 damage, contrary to his approximate 240,000 standard for a super attack 10. So that is basically how we know. So based on this is what you need to bring into your team. Now every single one of these will actually do, well, it's currently considered super effective damage, the same thing Gogeta does with everybody else, regardless of what their element is. So even the agility characters will deal full damage to Beerus even though he is a tech character. So with that in mind, there's also this here. Now, during the battle you will see a little bar fill up. If it fills up, he gets a little on the crazy side in terms of damage and attacks, and a whole sort of other things. So, let's see what we have. Now, there are three ways to go about this event. The first is to build a standard key team and bring along as many gods as you have and take them down that way. This way can actually work relatively well. However, you may have to end up resetting the fight a couple of times based on the unpredictability of his attacks and who gets hit by a super attack. Now the other way is to, let's see if we have him here. Let's see, no, nobody has him there. Now there is a Android 13? Yeah, I think it's Android 13. That one of his newest version, his leader skill is that he reduces the attack of tech opponents by 40%. So what a friend is doing is he is putting that as his leader, and then whenever possible grabbing the friend he has that also uses him, and that's making Beerus deal basically no damage. But it also takes him around 20 minutes or more to kill him because he doesn't really have enough damage to deal with him. So what are we gonna do? Let's see. Oh, we have a tech god here. So we could try and nuke him. It is a possibility, but I don't particularly like nuking. We have the strength version there, but he's not awakened. Let's see. We do have the agility Whis there, and that is really it. Now that Whis is actually useful. So I think what we're going to do now, I have done it already, I believe 8 times, doing it with a Gogeta friend for the key with my Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta as leader for 6 key total. And then because there's usually plenty of key spheres around the map, it's usually not too... Oh, hello! We do have that! We do have a Super Baby there who is the Int leader. And because we are using our Int Whis as part of our team, that is definitely considerable. But I don't think it deals enough damage. So I'm going to do it the way I've been doing it so far, which is with key leaders, and I'll show you how hard it can hit. And then based on that, you can decide what strategy you want to use. So this is the team. Like I mentioned before, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta for 3 key, Super Gogeta friend for 3 key and 3000 attack. Now, you want to bring in as many gods as possible. And you also want to bring that Android 16 there, especially if you have him already in Super Strike mode, because he is going to take almost no damage. Now, between all the Whis, you want to bring the Int one, because his super attack will reduce Beerus' attack by quite a considerable amount. So bringing him along is definitely useful. And other than that, you want to bring the gods that you have that hit the hardest. So basically, any of the Super Saiyan gods, Super Saiyan Goku, so the ones with the pink hair, any of those actually hit hard enough that they are worth bringing. Now that Strength Vegeta right there, he is definitely worth bringing along. He doesn't deal supreme damage, but he does have a nice attack modifier, and he hits for around 140 plus on his super attack at level 1. Other than that, you want to bring as many items as you can. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Let's see, what do we have? We have no more of those. Let's see, what does this little dragon do? Damage received reduced. We might consider doing that. Let's see, what else do we have? That reduces attack, that gives us key. I'm not sure what we want to bring along. We already have that and that. What does Whis do? Receive reduced by 40% for 2 turns. Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to bring him along. So yeah, that is basically what we're bringing along here. Now the only problem here with this battle is that because when Beerus goes into Fury mode, he is extremely unpredictable in who is going to be hit by what. We may end up resetting if we are going to be destroyed. Especially with this team that basically takes 4 damage if we don't have 16 to block all those attacks. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so here we have the map. As you can see, we have quite a bit of options for key, and I'm not really sure if this is a bug or what, but the last time I did it about an hour ago, any key that I landed on and the character that I gave it to maintained that key throughout the entire fight, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, if it's a bug or not, but if it is a bug, we are going to use it to our advantage if possible, because we can get a whole ton of key from any of these here. So let's see, there we go, let's start with some key here. 2 on Go Get It, not too bad, not the best, but not bad. Oh, and here we go, let's start with the 5, so to grab another 2, to grab the key over there. Unfortunate that was that, but whatever. 2 on him, excellent, he is the hardest hitting character I currently own. Let's grab a 3 to get over there. Then grab this little 1, then grab the 2. Okay. Now, you may not have that Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I believe he was given as the 1 million login reward. So you may not have him, which is a little unfortunate. But you can replace him with any other good Int character, either that switches spheres or is a blocker like a rare Yamcha there. So that's an alternative there. Excellent, we couldn't have a super better. A 1 and then a 2. Now, unfortunately, our 2 leaders, that is my Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Gogeta, will do basically no damage except during one phase in the fight, which only lasts 1 turn, so it's all based on luck. Okay, so this is just the first phase. It is absolutely a standard fight. So basically, we're going to have Gogeta absolutely destroy him with this. And that'll be that. And we're going to do quite a bit of damage because Whis also showed up along with them. And this is basically your standard fight. I think he has around 150,000 HP. Really not much. So as you can see, no problem there. However, here comes the real fight. There we go. 5 life bars and the Fury bar that I mentioned earlier. Now, something I have noticed is that the Fury bar fills up faster with super attacks, especially super attacks that don't come from gods. So we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible. Let's see, that'll give us that. That's a super attack. Can we eat up a little less spheres? No. So let's just grab this here. We don't want Vegeta to actually do a super attack, mainly because that'll fill up Beerus' Fury bar a lot faster. And we do not want 16 to do it either, so what do we do here? Let's see if we can't bring down that red one there. Nope, but we did get a path, which is good. Now, as you can see, that Goku doesn't hit particularly hard, but because of the increased damage from being a god, it is enough to make it worth bringing him along. Now, the Fury bar you saw there has 2 colors. There's the yellow part that never goes away, and then there's the green that fills up a lot faster. If the green bar reaches the end of the bar, he will go into Fury mode, and then you're in for a world of hurt. However, we have here... Oh dear, that's not good. Can we do this? Okay, because we do not want to go get it to super attack, because we don't want him to actually fill up Beerus' Rage bar. So what we're going to do is we're going to have everybody other than him do a super attack. who has high... Actually, it needs to be like that. Mainly because that Super Saiyan God Goku shares a lot of links with Gogeta, and it'll fill up his key bar, and that's nothing we don't want. There we go. Now, these are my two hardest hitting characters. Now, you're going to see what I mean by damage. Here we go. 68,000 all the way up to 134,000 damage. Not too bad. Here we go. Now, this Goku hits pretty hard. Almost 160. Just under 160. Now, as you can see, we are doing very well in terms of the Fury bar. But our HPAP is starting to get a little low. Luckily, we just got Whis here, and he is going to severely reduce Beerus' attack power. The question is, what do we do? I think we just do this. Then we've got the Goku here. And we're not in Fury mode yet, so we should be able to survive this, especially because they're both int. And we do not want that Vegeta launching a super attack. That fills it up quite a bit. There we go, under 4,000 damage, not bad. Now, this Whis is actually one of the most important characters in this fight because he reduces Beerus' attack considerably when he launches his super attack. There we go. Yeah, so any non-God characters that attack him fill up his rage bar a lot faster. Now, we may end up... It needs to be like this. Now, let's see. Gogeta, we don't want him to super attack. And we don't want 16 to super attack either, but I think we're right on time for our first heal. We've almost gotten 3 health bars off of him, and he hasn't enraged, which is great. So let's give this red to 16. And let's have Vegeta super attack. That brings down all of those reds for Goku next turn, which I'm hoping appears there, but he might not. Excellent. Let's see. Will this fill up the rage bar? No, it did not. So yes, you want to only do super attacks from your God characters. If you don't, his rage bar will fill up extremely fast, and the battle gets a lot harder from then on. However, we have this option right here. We're going to start with 2 attacks, and then after all of these attacks, we're going to fill up the rage bar. So we're going to do this now, increase our defense by 40% by 2 turns. Just take a little bit less damage. Whis only needs 2 to launch his, and we want him to take everything because he's int, and he reduce the attack. Then give all these reds to Goku there, and then that Goku needs 4. He is not going to super attack. We can bring these down for our next characters. But honestly, his Fury bar is close enough to being filled out that these 2 super attacks should awaken him into Fury mode. Let's see if it does happen. Yep, there it is. He's gone into Fury mode. However, we're doing very well. We've almost left him with 2 bars before he went into Fury mode. Now, in this mode, he takes even less damage from non-God characters, and he will go crazy with his attacks. Okay, this is not the worst case scenario. And that music, it changes quite a bit. Let's see, which one of you has more defense? Vegeta actually does, and we did increase our defense by 40%. Now, in this mode, we use your non-God characters still do extremely reduced damage, which is unfortunate. However, as you can see right there, the Fury only lasts for 4 turns. After the 4th turn, you will get 1 turn where everybody deals complete damage to Beerus, regardless of who they are. So we're going to try and manipulate that to our advantage. So what do we do right here? Who's coming up? Okay, we're having all those guys. Okay, so we want to save the strength spheres if possible. Let's see, this is a lot of attacks on 16, which is great because he's our best blocker. Let's see, and we'll give this to Gogeta right here. We're going to use this just in case. And if it's not enough, we may end up resetting and using a King Enma right there. And Vegeta can use this. That'll bring that red down, unfortunately, but we can bring it down with 1 blue. Okay, we're taking basically no damage, which is great. Especially considering we're being hit by 4 attacks. The possibility of being hit by a super attack is very high. Now this is Vegeta. He usually hits for about 90 to 100,000 and he only hits for 22. So yeah, not particularly good amounts of damage. Excellent, and we get Whis at the very beginning. That's good. How do we do this? How do we do this? We need 4. Unfortunately, we're going to have to give this to Whis in order to trigger his super attack. And then Vegeta. We can give these to Goku. And what do we have for Vegeta? Excellent, and that is a complete super attack list, which is great. Now damage seems to be coming back to normal. As you can see, he hits very hard during Fury mode. The only reason 16 gets hit by nothing is because of his passive and because we use 2 Wii support items. But here we go, damage, damage, damage. This should get him down to his last life bar. There we go. Okay, and we took considerably very little damage, which is good. Now this needs to go like this. Now unfortunately Gogeta's going to be hit very, very hard. Now the good thing is that if you use a Ghost Usher during this phase, the countdown still goes down. So let's say we don't want to get to hit during this phase. Let's see, what can we do? Let's use a King Enma here, just to make sure we don't die. What can we do here? 2 attacks are being lent at him, so will this trigger a super attack? No. So let's just bring everything else down. This will trigger that Goku super attack. And unfortunately Gogeta still does absolutely no damage. But let's see if we... I forgot to heal, that's not good. We did use the King Enma though. Okay, no damage at all, great, from that super attack. And yeah, Beerus' super attack during that phase can stun, so be careful with that. Okay, we should be fine. In terms of damage, we should be fine. Yeah, we are perfectly fine here. Now let's heal up. Senzu Bean. And yes, we have enough to launch his super attack. And this should be enough for Goku's super attack. And that should hopefully finish him off. What do we do here? We can eat those blues to bring down the purples. Okay, now thanks to Whis, he will reduce the damage. And Goku should finish him off. We do have pretty much full HP, so we should be able to survive this. Yes, that is how much damage that thing can do. Come on, Goku, finish him. Yes! Awesome! And that is how you can handle Beerus. So, yeah, going back through our advice here. After you go into the actual fight, make sure your non-God cards do not launch super attacks. They fill up his Fury bar very, very fast, and you do not want that. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure only your God characters launch super attacks. Block properly, bring a lot of damage reduction or healing. If you are not confident in your damage, grab that Super Android 16 full power, whatever it's called, that reduces his attack by 40% as a leader. Absolutely worth bringing him along. I tried it once with him as a friend, and the damage was absolutely on the floor. And there we go, and the medal is absolutely guaranteed. So yeah, that is the Beerus Dokkan event. Hopefully you find this useful, and we will see you next time for... I can do it again, nice. We will see you next time.